Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's exclusive webinar hosted by AIBS Campus in collaboration with Rostel Global Education. Today we'll be diving into a very important topic for parents and students uh, about fast tracking A levels. Is fast tracking A levels truly beneficial for your child? And with higher education pathways evolving rapidly, it's very crucial to understand how internationally recognized qualifications such as Ontario Secondary School Diploma can really help students to get a head start on their university journey and open up doors to top global universities. To discuss this matter, we are thrilled to have an expert panel with us today. First, let me introduce you to Mr. Ravi Kumar, the Senior Manager, Global Education Partnerships at Rostel Global Education, and Ms. Marin Mason, Senior Executive, Higher Education Relations, and our very own Ms. Shanika Disoisa, Program Coordinator and Senior Lecturer at AIBS Campus. Before we begin, I would like to kindly request all participants to keep their microphones muted during the session. There will be a time for you to ask your questions at the end of the sessions. And going forward, if you have any urgent matters to discuss, please feel free to use the chat box. But for everyone's convenience, let's keep your microphones muted and let's not disturb the session while it's on the go. Thank you for your cooperation, and let's make today's session an interactive, knowledgeable session for all of us. And with that in mind, Ravi, I would like to open up the session to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shehan. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Ravi. Good to go.
All right. Great. Thank you very much once again, Shehan. Good evening, everyone. It's a real pleasure to welcome you all to today's session, a special session, I would say. Big thank you to Asian Institute of Business and Science for facilitating this platform and to bring this exciting opportunity for the student community. Today, we are here to talk about something truly transformative, the future of learning, powered by global standards, innovation, and student success. And that future begins right here with the Rosedale's Ontario Secondary School Diploma, or what we call as OSSD. Whether you're thinking about university pathways, global careers, or simply preparing for a world that's changing faster than ever, this program is designed with your future in mind. So let's get started and explore how this program is not just another qualification, but it's a launchpad for world-class success. Before we jump into the details, let me quickly walk you through what we will be covering today. We will begin with an introduction to OSSD, also known as Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Next, we will explore the Rosedale OSSD program, specifically what makes our curriculum different, more engaging, and better aligned with today's world. Then we will highlight how this diploma can give you a real advantage when applying to universities around the world. And finally, we will share some success stories from students just like yours. So firstly, about Rosedale, we are a Canadian global high school. We are authorized by the Ontario Ministry of Education to issue high school diplomas to students overseas. High school diploma, every country will have a different wording to it. A high school diploma is equivalent to a grade 12 or an A level, Cambridge A level, or an IBDP2, but it means the same. We partner with over 100 leading international schools across 17 different countries. Our focus is simple: to deliver a world-class high school education that prepares students for top universities and the careers of tomorrow. We specialize in Ontario Secondary School Diploma, a globally recognized Canadian high school qualification. But we go further by using innovative digitally delivered curriculum and global best practices to equip students not just to succeed in exams, but to think critically, to solve problems creatively, and grow into confident, future-ready learners. As I mentioned, that we work with schools in 17 different countries, and here's the map that shows the diversity of our students, be Indonesia, India, Myanmar in Asia, or Brazil, Mexico, in Latin America, or it could be in Hungary in Europe. So you're going to be a part of a very, very large international community all across the globe by studying this curriculum right in there in your home country. So OSSD is one of the most respected high school qualifications in the world. It's the official high school credential issued by the Ministry of Education in Ontario, Canada. What makes OSSD stand out is its focus on both academic achievement and skill development. It's just not about memorizing and writing exams. Students build strong communication, collaboration, research, and critical thinking skills that are really essential in university and the real world. The diploma is accepted by top universities in Canada. Of course, this is a Canadian curriculum, so it's accepted by universities in Canada, but it's not limited to universities in Canada. Universities in the UK, US, Australia, and more than 100 countries worldwide. It's all accepted globally. In fact, students graduating with an OSSD often receive offers without needing the foundation program or an additional entrance examination like the A levels. So by earning the OSSD at AIBS, you step into a global classroom without leaving Sri Lanka. So there are three main requirements to get an OSSD diploma. Number one, you need to complete 30 credits. 30 credits could also mean 30 subjects, 30 courses from grade 9 to grade 12. But the beauty of this curriculum is that we are able to transfer as many as 22 subjects from your national curriculum. So if you are studying a national curriculum or if you have done O levels or IGCSE, we are able to transfer as many as 22 subjects, and you will be required to study additional 8 subjects from OSSD, and you get the same diploma. Number two requirement is that there is a mandatory test called OSSLT, that's Ontario Secondary School Literacy Test. That's a test run by the ministry. Every student will have to appear for that. And number three requirement is 10 hours of community hours. So if you are doing a 4-year course, that would be 40 hours for a 4-year period. But if you are doing just a 1-year course, that would be 10 hours for that one-year programming. A very interesting question, which we've been asked globally by many students, not just in Sri Lanka, but there are students across the globe who continues to ask about this accelerated pathway. So here we are going to talk about whether there's this fast track option really available, or is it just a fancy term these days that students have started to become more familiar with, or they're also getting enticed or tempted towards appearing for a fast track program? Now, just to make it clear, the Ontario Ministry of Education mandates a minimum of 110 hours of in-course learning for each credit, which is very critical to ensuring that students genuinely engage with and understand the course material. As an example, universities last year came to us suspicious that students finished a year of education in less than 10 months. So fast tracking graduation is 100% not allowed. Further, each full-time student must spend a minimum of 8 months per year in the OSSD program. 10 is recommended, starting from the start date of the first course enrollment on the learning management system. That's an LMS. So fast tracking of graduation is actually not permitted. While the duration of each course varies according to the schedule of the local school, it is also recommended that students spend at least 2 months on each course. Any student who completes a course in less than 1 month may be subject to investigation. And this is for sure that a lot of universities, and we are talking about the top 100 QS ranking universities, would not be able to accept those students who do these fast track university pathways. I have my colleague as well, Marilyn Mason. So she herself is a product of an OSSD. And perhaps she could share her thoughts on the latest trend of accelerated approach.
It's interesting because I think that everyone is in a hurry in this culture and this global environment. But that is not something that is encouraged or permitted in the Ontario Secondary School Diploma program. And why is that? Well, as Ravi said, you need the time and the work to be able to fully understand the coursework and to develop your skills of thinking and writing and communicating well. The other thing is, it's a disservice to the students. If you've not had the time to actually assimilate the curriculum, then you're not going to perform well in the university. Now, I have, not only am I an OSSD graduate because I was born and grew up in Ontario, but I was a university vice president for over 35 years. And what I found was, if people were in a hurry, they often did not accomplish what they needed to do. And so that the Ontario Secondary School Diploma requires the time and effort. So fast tracking is not a possibility with the OSSD. And I would argue that for those who do fast track in other curriculums or in other efforts, are really doing a disservice for themselves because it will slow down their progress and probably impede, if not destroy their success. So fast tracking sounds like a wonderful opportunity and a great alternative, but it's short-sighted. And that's why the Ontario Ministry is so careful about ensuring that our students, our graduates, are well prepared. One of the strongest strengths of the Ontario Secondary School Diploma is not only the quality of the education, but also the success of its graduates. Often you'll hear about students coming from a curriculum and then going to university and having difficulties transitioning. One of the reasons the Ontario Secondary School Diploma is so well regarded across the world is that students complete the diploma successfully. They don't fail out on exams and they don't become discouraged. They finish. And then when they go to university, they stay, they succeed, and they graduate. So that success rate is of high school and then of university is extremely high. And that's why the United Nations, UNESCO, rates the Ontario Secondary School Diploma in the top 5 year after year after year of all international curriculums. And in fact, this last year, we were third. It varies between first and second and third, but we're very proud of the fact that that is a result of our emphasis on student success and student completion.
Thank you very much, Marilyn, for your thoughts. And if you have any questions in between, feel free to put that in the chat box. Or I'm not sure if you have an option to unmute yourself. You can raise your hand, or one of the representatives from AIBS can help you in that regard. Before we go further, I'd love to show you a short video.
The ability to evolve is a must in today's education landscape. With outdated educational systems, lack of teacher support, and improper academic resources, the shift towards transformative education is inevitable. At Rosedale, we believe globalized education works best when teaching, learning, and assessments are collaborative and holistic, empowering schools to prioritize transformative education in a way that meets faculty needs and ensures life-changing student outcomes. Rosedale schools use our OSSD curriculum to build a consistent global academic standard that provides new ways of teaching and learning. Because the best lessons we teach have a lasting impact beyond school and higher education, the knowledge we teach students today ignites the ability to unlock new potential and drive continuous growth that lasts a lifetime. Together, we can reshape the future of worldwide education and help students become global citizens that embrace change and challenge the status quo.
Great. So one of the most remarkable aspects of OSSD is how it opens door to top global universities. So let me walk you through some key benefits. First is asset-based learning. The OSSD focuses on your strengths. Instead of being forced into a set path, you will get the chance to excel in the subjects you are passionate about. So this allows you to build a social academic foundation based on your own strengths and interests, making your learning experience more enjoyable and effective. Progressive evaluation. Now that's what we call as 70-30. Unlike many traditional grading systems, including the national curriculum, IBs, Cambridge, A-levels, Pearson, they all have a standardized exam, 100% high-stake examination right in the end. This means your learning is now with OSSD, we evaluate you progressively. As I mentioned, that 70-30, 70% is throughout the year. And by the time you reach your final examination, you have already completed 70%. And 30% is right in the end. This means your learning is continuously assessed through projects, assignments, exams, helping you grow steadily rather than just focusing on a final examination. And this progressive approach ensures that you have a deeper understanding of the subject and you are more prepared for university level coursework. Global university access. So OSSD is recognized by universities all around the world with an average of 6 grade 12 courses. You get to focus on the subjects you are best at, building a portfolio that stands out when applying to universities. Now, again, whether you're aiming for schools in Canada, the US, the UK, or beyond, OSSD provides you with the academic credibility and versatility to apply confidently to top institutions. We partner with each school to design a custom program and course schedule that fits their unique needs. There are various options to offer OSSD, and I know that one of the famous option, a more familiar option from AIBS is option number 3, which is 8 courses in just grade 12. Instead, grade 12, yes, because grade 11 is your O levels. So after that, you just do a 1 year of OSSD, complete 7 to 8 courses, and then you get the same Ontario Secondary School Diploma certificate, which the students in Canada are getting. However, if you would know any of your friends or relatives who would like to start early, say in grade 9 or 10, that is also an option. You could do a standalone OSSD starting from as early as grade 9 to 8 courses each year, followed by 6 subjects in grade 12. You can also distribute 8 courses which you're studying in grade 12 into 3 to 4 years. By doing that, you will be studying, say, 1 course in grade 9, another one in grade 10, followed by 3 courses in grade 11, and grade 12, 4 courses. So I'll not spend a lot of time on the other 3 options because, as I said, you're more familiar with option number 3. But if you'd like to know more about the other options, you can always consult the AIBS counselors and their team. They would be able to help you in that regard. Now let's talk about what makes this program so special. You will still go to your familiar school, which is AIBS, but the education you receive isn't just local. You will follow the same curriculum taught in top Canadian schools, giving you the international recognition without having to leave Sri Lanka. You don't need to travel abroad to access a high-quality, globally benchmark education. Local teachers at AIBS are trained to deliver the OSSD with the same rigor and support you would find anywhere in the world. This means you benefit from best in-class teaching methods, up-to-date resources, and continuous support, all within your own community. With an OSSD from AIBS, you earn credentials that top universities everywhere respect. By combining the comfort of your local school with the power of global curriculum, we are giving you the best of both worlds. Now let's explore the world-class standards that underpin our program, how we ensure consistent academic excellence through rigorous annual reviews and deliver direct, tangible benefits for every student. We are committed to maintaining the highest standards of education. So once the local teachers have taught you the course, all the grading will be done by our teachers in Canada. Those are Ontario certified teachers. Imagine there are 100 schools, and how do we ensure the consistency in the grading? We have to make sure, and also the compliance requirement that we have to do the grading back in Canada. So the delivery part of the course will be done by your teachers, exactly the same way you might have studied like the A levels or the national curriculum. It would be taught in the same manner. But the grading will be done back in Canada. We also include annual quality assurance reviews to keep standards high. Schools receive tailored academic guidance each year plus the professional development workshop to ensure they're delivering the OSSD exactly as intended. So this slide is mainly for the school actually, but why we always show it to the students and parents, just that you're assured that whatever you are being taught by the teachers at AIBS is maintaining the rigor, maintaining the compliance, and maintaining the regulations which are required by the Ontario Ministry of Education in Canada. So the teachers complete an initial onboarding and then ongoing training and certification to Rosedale's professional development platform, so they stay up to date with all the best practices. Fine, let's look at the direct benefits you will experience. There's fair grading, there's no biasness. Students are assessed on real skills and competencies, not just rote memorization. We guide students step by step through global admissions, from choosing the right courses to crafting strong applications, so that you feel confident applying to top universities worldwide. Parents can be rest assured that this truly is an international education delivered with integrity and consistency. So OSSD is backed by rigorous standards, giving your child a credential respected around the globe.
Can I add one comment too?
Sure.
That's another benefit for students. And I've heard this again and again from parents and from students in my 35 plus years of working in universities. The Ontario Secondary School Diploma assessment, as you said, Ravi, is throughout the year. So it gives you a chance to identify the things that you're struggling with, and your teacher can help you so that your marks get better and you become stronger as the year goes by. So there really is an opportunity for continual improvement. The other thing is the assessment, as you said, is not just one final exam. You are assessed in different ways. So if you're someone who isn't the best test taker, like I wasn't, you may be a really good writer, or you're good at public speaking, or you're creative and you'd like to make a video, or you'd like to make a poster. There is a real range of opportunities for students to use their skills and their talents in expressing themselves and in becoming educated. So from my perspective, that's what I think is one of the strongest attributes of the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, that there's really an opportunity to recognize the differences of students and the things that we excel in most, as well as the opportunity to really evolve and develop and become stronger, so that it's not do or die on the exam date. So I just want to emphasize that marking that goes back to Canada isn't just at the end of the year, it's through the year. And the teachers in Canada and the teachers in Sri Lanka work together. They have a relationship, and what their mission is to ensure that their students succeed and excel, and to find the best way for that student to become fully as not only qualified, but as confident as they can be, so that they can take on university, they can take on the world and feel good in themselves, as well as trust their abilities and their preparation. So forgive my enthusiasm, but from a university admissions point of view, you get a better sense of who that student is. And you know that they've had an opportunity to really evolve through the education and to get to know themselves and their talents and their strength, as well as knowing their limitations, so that when they come to university and they have to learn and they have to succeed in different environments, they're already ready for it. And I think that that's really great from a personal confidence as well as a success path. So
thank you, Marilyn. And all these benefits.
Great benefit, I think. Yes.
Yeah, and all these benefits, you're getting it right here in Sri Lanka without having to leave the country. So each student is issued an Ontario Education Number. That's what we call as OEN number, just like your peers in Canada. So the Ministry of Education issues the unique Ontario Education Number. You will also get the same OEN number. You graduate with an OSSD, giving you the same credential and university application status as students in Ontario. There is truly no difference between a student studying at AIBS and one in Canada when it comes to accreditation, grading, and university eligibility. This means you enjoy all the benefits of a Canadian education, community, recognition, and opportunities right here in Colombo or wherever you are in Sri Lanka.
Absolutely. And you don't have to sacrifice being at home with the love and support of your family and your parents. And so I think that's incredibly important and really allows the students, the child, the daughter, the son, to really have the emotional support and the opportunity to develop personally, as well as have the benefits of an international education and a diploma from an international, globally recognized curriculum.
Yeah. Right, so here's how we combine AIBS local strengths with the Rosedale OSSD's global expertise. So with AIBS, you get a deep-rooted commitment to every student's success. They have an experienced faculty that offers personalized support. They have a strong community spirit, of course, culture and school leadership that cares for your child's growth. And with Rosedale, you're getting an Ontario certified curriculum recognized by top universities worldwide. You get a technology-enabled, competency-based learning that keeps students engaged and future-ready. And together, this partnership ensures you benefit from the caring environment of AIBS and the world-class standards of a Canadian education. So OSSD opens doors to top universities worldwide. So instead of relying solely on standardized exams, students can use their grade point average, which is a GPA, to apply, which reflects their consistent academic performance, which Madeline also highlighted, the 70-30. I would say there's no need for A levels or SAT. OSSD eliminates the need for A levels, which is 2 year. In comparison to that, you do an OSSD, which is just 1 year. SAT is optional for many top universities, making the application process more streamlined and accessible. For many universities, OSSD English courses can be used to meet English language proficiency requirements, such as IELTS, TOEFL. With fewer students applying from your region to these top institutions, there's a higher chance of acceptance for OSSD students because there's a lower competition pool. This means you can pursue a direct competitive path to prestigious universities, standing out without the pressure of additional exams. Now let's take a look at the impressive outcomes of our Rosedale OSSD students last year alone. And to talk more on this, I'll pass it over to Marilyn.
This is really quite an amazing slide because the statistics, and that's something I love to do, are really so impressive. There were over 1,300 graduates from Rosedale Global High School across the world, and 100% of them were admitted to global universities. And that's spectacular. On average, they had over 4 university offers each, so they had their choice of where they would like to go. And of those universities they applied to, 55% of them are in the top 50 global universities. And they won over the equivalent of $6 million in scholarships. So we're very proud of our graduates. And if you look at the bottom of that chart, you'll see that our students go everywhere. 40% of them go to the UK. That is a top destination across the world, and no wonder with the quality and tradition of those universities. Canada at 34%. I'm a Canadian, so my bias is I wish more of them went to Canada because I had the advantage of working with Rosedale graduates at my university, and I saw how well they did, not only academically, but as school leaders. But we have to share them with the rest of the world. The third destination being Australia, the US, that goes up and down depending on the politics. It's down now. And of course, 5% are other universities in other countries. And this is growing. I think that the world has become smaller and students are looking at more choices. And we think that's a great thing. One of my jobs at Rosedale is to ensure that we have great relationships with the universities across the world that our students are most interested in. So they know about our Rosedale graduates and they're excited when they get their applications. And the process of admission is simplified and facilitated. Now, it's because of the great credentials and the great marks of our students that they're admitted, but it certainly doesn't get in the way if they happen to know about Rosedale Global High School and they've had success with the graduates. So this is why we're seeing the list of universities and the list of countries growing, because of the diversity of our students and their wants, but also because they're graduating with a globally recognized curriculum, and it can take them anywhere in the world to the very top universities. So it's a great slide. And one of my jobs too is to work, as I said, with the universities to get recognition with them. And of course, they want to recruit our students, so they're happy to work with me. And so more and more, there are exclusive scholarships just for Rosedale graduates to these fine universities. I'm proud to say we signed one with the University of Edinburgh just last week, and more keep coming along. And right now, of course, there's a National University of Singapore and Imperial College listed there, but there are others. We also have many of the universities sending letters to our students, asking them to apply to their university because they know the caliber of the students. And we also have letters that are sent out by the universities saying, hey, we know you're at Rosedale. It's a great school. We'd like you to apply to us. And we also have a number of schools that if you're a Rosedale graduate with a certain average, you are guaranteed admission. This next slide is also a brag slide. If you look at the students there with their smiling faces, no wonder, because our students win very large scholarships at universities across the world. And as I said, last year, a equivalent of $6 million Canadian. So it's really quite spectacular, and we're so proud of them. And I do think it is because with being at AIBS and at Rosedale, you have two great institutions working to support the students to make sure that they become everything they can be. And universities across the world know that, and they want to encourage our students to go to their institution because they are successful. So the next part of it is really to tell you about how we help our students apply to universities. It really can be a very overwhelming experience to apply to university. I hate to say that because I did university admissions for all those years. But the reality is different countries, different universities have different processes. How do we make that less intimidating and more trouble-free? The reason is that it's all done in a centralized way by Rosedale Global High School. You're busy enough working at high school, getting your grades, and that's the focus of our students and the focus of the teachers to do everything they can to ensure that our students succeed. So what we do at Rosedale is to provide all the documentation, send all the transcripts. We have a application portal for university officials to be able to go in and check on grades and check transcripts. So that speeds up the process. That means you're not waiting as long to get your admission from university. We send upgrades and new midterm marks throughout the year. And that also means that things can be processed more quickly. And we send, of course, references. One of the other things that I think is a huge benefit for our students is that we have a recruitment fair every year. It's virtual, so all students can attend, and families and teachers and counselors. And you'll see last year we had over 300,000 people on the platform participating. This is a virtual fair. It has all the good stuff like videos and virtual booths and all kinds of materials online. But the best part is there are presentations, there are workshops, there are great speakers. But the thing that I think is the strongest thing about this virtual fair, and is so rare in recruitment fairs, is that our students are paired with the universities that they're most interested in. And they get to talk to an admissions person to person, develop a relationship, get a contact information, whether it's email or a telephone or a WhatsApp, so that they stay in touch with these admissions folks. And it really means that they get a better understanding of the university, and it makes the process of applying so much less stress-free and so much more pleasurable. And you can see the top universities are at this fair, everywhere from Cambridge to the Munich Business School to everything in between. The University of Auckland, University of Sydney, McGill, Toronto, British Columbia. I always throw in more Canadian schools, sorry about that. But as you can see, these universities are invited. And they're really quite thrilled to be asked, and they come back year after year. What a great opportunity for our students to learn so much about the universities and to talk one-on-one with the university reps. It's a great day for everyone. These are a couple of statements from some of our students. I think if you spoke to any of our students, you would get the same rave reviews that these three individuals have told us. I hear that you're going to hear from an Asian Institute of Business and Science student about how strong the experience is there as well. So we're very proud of our partners and our high schools because we work closely with them and we have the same philosophy, an emphasis on student success and student fulfillment. So we're very proud of our students and we're happy that they get the experience they have.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Marilyn. That brings to the end of our presentation. Now we would be happy to answer any questions you may have. And I know that AIBS team, Shehan, has a few more things lined up for you. Over to you, Shehan.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Marlene. That was very informative, not just informative, that was very inspiring as well. So since we have, end the conversation with sharing the success stories of the students, we have one of our own OSSD graduate here to share their experience with us today, Manilka. So let me give you all a brief introduction about Manilka. Manilka Prematilaka. She has been a proud OSSD graduate. She was former head prefect of Ave Maria Convent Negombo. And after completing OSSD and achieving an overall average of 91%, she is currently a first-year medical student at the University of Buckingham in the UK. And from what I've heard, she is doing very well in her first-year examinations as well. Not just an academically sounded student. We remember when Manilka was studying OSSD at AIBS Campus, she has taken part in many other extracurricular activities as well. She has always been one of the leading roles here at the AIBS Campus. So we are very proud of where she is today. It's a great product of both the AIBS and Rostel Global. So Manilka, we would like you to share your experience with both the AIBS and Rostel Global and inspire a few of these youngsters here today to do what you have done. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shehan. I'm truly grateful for the introduction. So, hello everyone. My name is Manilka Prematilaka. And as Mr. Shehan stated now, I'm a first-year medical student at the University of Buckingham in the UK. So looking back, I can say with confidence that choosing the OSSD pathway through AIBS was one of the best academic decisions I made. What made OSSD so valuable for me was the way it prepared me for university-style learning. Instead of being judged solely on a single exam, I had the chance to consistently engage with my work through assignments, projects, and exams spread across the year. That structure didn't just ease the pressure, it trained me in time management, independent study, and critical thinking, all of which I now find essential in medical school. I was also able to achieve an overall average of 91%, which I believe reflects not just my effort, but also the quality of guidance and support I received throughout the program. I also had the unique opportunity along the way, for example, through Rostel. I had a one-on-one meeting with the University of Oxford before submitting my applications, which actually gave me a perfect base to prepare for university interviews and build a strong academic foundation. And of course, none of this would have been possible without AIBS. The lecturers, the staff, and the friendly environment made all the difference. They weren't just teaching us content, they were guiding us, motivating us, and ensuring we had the right support to succeed. For me, OSSD was not just a qualification, it was a bridge to where I am today. And AIBS was the perfect institution to deliver it. So, to all the youngsters here, if you're aiming to build a strong foundation for higher education, I can assure you personally that this pathway will prepare you in the best possible way. Thank you so much for the opportunity again.
Thank you, Manilka. And actually, Manilka is having another examination today, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah.
right before getting into the examination, she took a little bit of time to join with us today. So thank you once again, Manilka, and we all wish you all the best with your upcoming exams. Keep on shining. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right. So next up would be our very own Mrs. Shanika de Soisa. She would take you through how AIBS Campus has been successfully delivering the Ontario Secondary School Diploma in par with all the quality standards which has been maintained by the Rostill Global High School. This will be another insightful session for all the participants today to get to know more about the course spec side of it, more the academic side of it. So, Shanika.
Thank you so much, Shehan, for the introduction, and good evening, everyone. So today I'll be talking about AIBS aspect of delivering the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, which we call as the OSSD in Sri Lanka. So the first thing I'm going to discuss is the number of modules that we'll be offering a student when they are starting the OSSD with us. So as you all know now, as Ravi pointed out also, we will be offering 30 credits in terms of the OSSD for a student. And out of these 30 credits, actually 23 credits, what we do is we offer, what we call as PLA, Prior Learning Assessment and Recognition, for modules that a student will be completing in their grade 9, 10, and grade 11 report cards. So once we have done the PLA process in AIBS, what we will be offering the students is 7 modules. So out of these 7 modules, 4 modules are going to be compulsory modules, which are 2 English modules and 2 mathematics modules. And then 3 modules are going to be elective modules based on the subject stream that students will be selecting. So let me first talk a little bit about, these compulsory modules. So 2 compulsory modules that we are offering in the first semester to students will be English and also mathematics. So we do have some short terms. We call this module as ENG3U and MHF4U. And then, comparatively in the second semester, we will also be offering an advanced version of these 2 modules, which is going to be ENG4U, again, another grade 12 English unit, and also MCV4U, the mathematics unit. Along with that, when students select their streams as science or engineering or IT or business, in relation to that, we'll be offering them, 3 elective modules that they have to do. So if you're a science student, you will be doing biology, chemistry, and physics with us. And if you're an engineering student, you will be doing physics, chemistry, and also what we call as MDM4U, mathematics for data management. And along with that, we have 3 business modules that we offer for business students, and IT students will also be following physics, chemistry, and mathematics for data management with us. So along with these 7 modules, I'd like to talk a little bit about, the structuring of their syllabuses, because these modules, as Manilka was pointing out, are clearly very much flexible with the time schedules that students have, right? So these modules are structured in a way that 70% will be allocated for unit test, summative assignments, presentations that students will be following throughout the semester. So I think that is one of the greatest advantages that our students at AIBS can gain from this foundation program. And then 30% students will be allocated for the final examination. But then again, if you take modules like business modules and English modules, you will not have final examination. You will have summative assignments, you will have in-class writing tests, and along with that, you will have a final project to complete. But again, modules like chemistry, physics, mathematics, of course, compulsorily you will have, now let's say, for example, one module has 6 units to study for a semester. At the end of each module, there will be one summative assignment you will need to complete. And at the end of each unit, you will have a unit test to face. So that is the most amazing fact about the OSSD program. Also, the very fact that, examination structure, assignment structure has been spread throughout the semester where, students are capable of working towards them, and go for kind of, marks that they aspire to take to go into great universities. And along with that, let me have a word about the assignment structure also. Now, in the OSSD program, we have two types of assignments that students will have. One we call as the formative assignments, which are not graded, but still, the students are required to complete these assignments. And then we have summative assignments, which are actually, graded and, they contribute to your final markings. So why formative assignments are very significant in the OSSD program is because these formative assignments are structured in a manner that it will enable the student's success when they are, proceeding to the summative task. Now, as pointed out by Ravi, for each of the classes that we are conducting, students, remember you will have two teachers. So one is the teacher who will be delivering the module at AIBS for you. And for each class, you will have a separate grading teacher who will be grading your assignments, your examinations, and the academic work that you will be following throughout. So I think that is one of the greatest advantages that students can have, which is pretty much not there in other foundation programs offered in Sri Lanka. So while you have those resources in classes, another greatest advantage is the deadlines. So at the beginning of the semester itself, within 2 weeks, once your semester begins, all your classroom teachers will be setting up all the deadlines for the entire semester. So at the beginning of the first 2 weeks itself, you are capable of taking note all the deadlines you will have to face until your final examinations at the beginning itself. So that is one of the greatest advantages, because at the beginning itself, you will be able to plan everything and study and achieve the, dream marks which you want to achieve. So adding another component to this, let me talk a little bit about, the LMS. So the learning management system, which we also, in short call as the Moodle, is very flexible with the students. And also, Moodle is the, students, Moodle is the place where you will mainly deal when it comes to your academic work, your markings, assignment submissions, your gradings, and everything. Everything is there in the Moodle. So it's very flexible to the students, and also inside the classroom, whatever the academic matters, academic issues that you're facing, we are making sure that, all the assistance that we can provide to the students can be provided. So with that, let me talk a little bit about the faculty that we have for the teaching the OSSD program. Again, as pointed out by Ravi, our teachers are excellently trained with the general qualification, which we call as the GQ, and also the advanced qualification from Rosedale. And also they undergo, workshops, professional development workshops on a monthly basis. So continuously, they are updated about the curriculum updates, the teaching patterns, and the kind of, techniques and strategies that teachers need to adhere in terms of, carrying out the program successfully. And finally, I'd like to add a little remark about the graduation requirements for the OSSD. Now, as I indicated in the beginning, a student will be taking 7 modules standardly for the OSSD program. Along with the successful completion of all these 7 modules, there are 2 other requirements that a student needs to fulfill if they are to successfully graduate with the OSSD qualification. So the first thing is the student should be able to complete 10 to 20 hours of community service. And the second qualification is, the student must be successful in the Ontario Secondary School Literacy Test. So this in short, we call as OSSLT, which is, a test which is being, conducted by Ontario Ministry of Education. So this is a basic test, English test of reading and writing, which is being tested in our students. So once our students, complete their first semester, we make sure that students sit for the OSSLT examination, and, they are provided with training and a lot of assistance in classrooms, and they successfully, complete their graduation requirement along with that. So with that being said, all those 2 requirements, first the OSSLT completion, and then the successful completion of the community service hours, along with passing the 7 modules, we can assure that, students can successfully graduate with the OSSD qualification, which is pretty much, A-level equivalent qualification. So with that said, thank you so much for giving me time, Shehan, and I'll be open to any questions as well.
Thank you, Shanika. I think that was very insightful, and not just the prospects. I think we have learned a lot as well. It was good revision for us too. So before we move on to the Q&A, I do have another testimonial to share. Let's quickly have a look at that too. This is also one of our very own OSSD graduate, Amantha Kalhara, who has done well in OSSD and currently pursuing his bachelor's in computer sciences at the University of Deakin. He couldn't join with us live today, but he has sent this message to all the young prospects interested in following OSSD and becoming tech experts, wizards in the future.
Hello everyone, I'm Amantha and I'd love to take this time to tell you a bit about my transition from AIBS Campus to Deakin University. My journey at AIBS Campus has been truly life-changing. Completing the Ontario Secondary School Diploma with a 90% average was a milestone I could not have achieved without the incredible support and guidance from AIBS. The dedicated teachers, well-structured curriculum, and encouraging learning environment helped me build both my academic skills and confidence. Thanks to my hard work and the strong foundation AIBS provided, I was awarded a 25% scholarship to Deakin University in Australia, where I'm now pursuing a Bachelor of Computer Science. Deakin has been an amazing experience so far, offering state-of-the-art facilities, hands-on learning opportunities, and a welcoming student community. The transition from AIBS to Deakin was smooth because of the solid academic background I gained during my OSSD studies. To all current OSSD students at AIBS, I highly encourage you to consider Deakin University for your higher education. It's a place where you can explore your passion, grow academically, and prepare for a successful future. I'm proud to be a part of both the Deakin and AIBS communities, and I look forward to seeing more AIBS graduates here soon. Thank you.
All right. So I think now we are open to any questions the audience may have. Let me direct few of the questions I've got through the chat box and our WhatsApp channel. This is from Abdul Kader. Can you tell me total studies amount of OSSD? I think maybe he's referring to the hours. If anyone could take it. Maybe Shanika, you might be the ideal person.
Sorry, Shahan, can you direct me the question again?
Yeah, can you tell me the total studies amount of OSSD? I think they are referring to the lecture hours.
Okay, so if it is lecture hours for each module, we'll be providing, 110 lecture hours. So usually what's going to happen, in a semester is, they'll have 1.5 hours lectures throughout 4 days. So they have 4 lecture slots. So altogether 6 hours will be delivered per week, that being, finalized into 110 hours for each module.
Perfect. Ravi, Merlin, anything you may want to add?
Yeah, I think if it is about the course, as Shanik also mentioned, that they have to complete 110 hours per credit in a span of 10 months. So if you're doing an 8-credit course, it should be ideally done in 10 months, but you can also complete it in 8 months. That again depends on the operational setup of the school.
Right.
Now, there's another question. Now, do OSSD is stronger as A levels to apply medicine degree program directly without doing A levels? Madeline, would you like to add your inputs here regarding the medical stream?
Well, it really does depend on what country you're applying to do medicine, because the OSSD is not enough in Canada. You need an undergraduate degree before you apply to a school of medicine. But in the UK and other places across the world, you can apply with high school graduation OSSD, only the OSSD, whereas with the A and O levels, you need your O levels and your A levels. It's just the difference of the systems, really. They're both the equivalent of high school graduation. However, you do graduate from grade 12, so you're not taking the extra year of A level. So it is shorter. I think that I'm not going to say anything but complimentary about the Cambridge system, A and O levels, but we just feel that the Ontario system is a really strong system, globally recognized, and for the things that we've talked about, I think is an advantage for certain kinds of learners, and is a great background. In the case of applying to, a university in the UK for medicine, yes, I guess it is a little bit shorter to go directly from the OSSD, but I think you have to be a very capable, strong student, like we saw with the young lady Monica. But we're fortunate to have those stories across the world of students who go from the OSSD and then a medical school in the UK. So I don't want to compare one against the other. They're different. They're both good. But in this particular case of a UK medical school, yes, it is a year shorter than doing O and A levels.
Right. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you, Ravi. And there's another question came through the WhatsApp channel from Hesedu. How do universities around the world view OSSD when compared to Cambridge or Edexcel levels? I think Ravi would be an ideal question for you.
Yeah, it's again globally recognized. So you will have to treat as an international curriculum, just like any other curriculum, but it just has a different methodology. As we mentioned during the presentation, also all of the curriculums will have 100% stake right in the end. But this has 70-30. This is progressive evaluation. So I would say every curriculum is great. If what AIBS is doing is that this is providing you a platform wherein you have an OSSD as an option. You have already studied O levels. Now, whether you would like to continue with A levels or whether you would like to come for OSSD, that's completely the student's decision. Now, as an example, like a foundation year, a different example, that foundation year is mainly takes you to the universities in the UK. Like for instance, there is NCUK, there are some other foundation providers as well. Now with OSSD, it doesn't limit you to any one particular university or region. If you're interested for Australia, the UK, US, you have universities in those countries. And we are, again, talking about the top 100 QS ranking university, the public universities. If you're interested for Southeast Asian countries, you have universities in Singapore, Hong Kong, China. If you're interested in Hungary, very recently, Germany is coming up as a top destination. We have a couple of public universities in Germany. And when we say that we have a very good partnership with these universities, it does not mean that OSSD is only accepted by those list of universities. It is accepted worldwide. Even if you want to apply to a university outside that list, you have an option to apply to that university, and you will very well be accepted by that university. It's just that we have an active relationship with certain list of universities wherein you might not get an opportunity to apply to those universities through your national curriculum or maybe through some other international curriculum.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi. There's another question from Hesedu. What is the minimum age limit to participate in this program?
So there's no minimum age as such. If you have completed, say, O levels from Cambridge or IGCSE, you're eligible to apply for a 1 year of OSSD. If you want to apply for OSSD, enter OSSD in grade 9, we are going to review all your transcripts up to grade 8. So you have an option to enter in any of the years, 9, 10, 11, 12. At that point, what we are going to do is we are going to review what you have studied up to that point. And based on that, we are going to suggest you these are the courses you will have to finish from OSSD, again, to complete those 30 credits. Remember, 30 credits is the minimum requirement from the Ontario Ministry of Education. It could be standalone OSSD or it could be clubbed together with another curriculum. But there's no minimum age limit as such. And even the maximum age limit, some students might ask, let me just address that as well. Is there a minimum age limit to apply to the university? Again, there is no minimum age limit. We have students going at the age of 16, 17, 18. Some students might think 18 is the minimum requirement. No, we have students coming from Nigeria who are applying to universities at the age of 15 or 16. So until or unless you have all the credentials, all the diploma successfully cleared, you should be able to apply to universities globally.
Thank you, Ravi. There's another question through the WhatsApp channel. With OSSD, can we apply for scholarships? Who would like to take up on that?
I'd love to
Yes, I
talk
mean,
about that. Yes.
Marilyn can also add a little, just a quick one. Certainly, as Marilyn pointed out, there's about 6 million, was $4.5 million, and Marilyn can talk more about it. But we work very actively with the University Counselor of AIBS. So all the background work is done by our counseling team, university counseling team. They're always up to date with all the information, all the latest eligibility requirements of the university, and they pass it on to the University Counselor of AIBS. So you are always up to date. You don't have to juggle between multiple systems, which scholarship, which university is offering what. We are the point of contact who is providing you all that information. Marilyn.
I was going to say the same things, Ravi. So yes, all those things. The other thing that's very interesting is that for Canadian universities, many of them, when a student applies from Rosedale, they get both a Canadian scholarship as well as an international scholarship. So that can be actually a financial advantage because you apply as a Canadian curriculum student, but you're also of another citizenship coming from another country. Yes, we work very hard with our students to make sure that they are aware of the scholarships, that the process of applying is straightforward and supported. So, and we have great students, and the fact that we work with schools that have strong community spirit, that they know their teachers. The reference letters are strong, their curricula vitae, as far as their involvement at schools, their school is very strong. So they make excellent scholarship candidates. And I think that the combination of the personal development and the academic strength makes them frequent recipients of scholarships. So yes, it's something that I know is really important to students and families for the recognition as well as for the financial reward.
Yes.
And just to summarize, so you're eligible for 3 types of scholarship. One, international scholarship, which you can also apply based on your national curriculum or any other international curriculum. That's one scholarship. Another one is the national scholarship, particularly in Canada, because you are treated as an Ontario student. You're not eligible for local tuition fees, but you're eligible for a national scholarship only in Canada. And the third scholarship is an exclusively Rosedale OSSD scholarship. Like University of Edinburgh, like Marilyn pointed out, there's about £10,000 which they are offering just to Rosedale OSSD graduate. It is not available outside the scope of Rosedale OSSD. If you are trying to look at the scholarship on their platform, you will not be able to find it because it is only exclusive to our students globally.
Yes, and let me also add a little bit into it. And like you may have heard, Amantha Kalhara, whose testimonial which I just shared a couple of minutes ago, who was fortunate enough to get the 25% STEM scholarship from Deakin. So, and also I would like to highlight this young man right here, Navid Tabekon, who was the valedictorian of our graduation last year. Who got the International University Scholarship from University of Regina to complete Bachelor of Engineering with an 80,000 Canadian dollars. So everything has been taken care of. He has got 92.6 of an average, if I'm not mistaken. These are all AIBS Rosedale Global students who have done miracles. So obviously, it's very possible. The higher you achieve, the more possibilities you may have yourself open up to. And most of these students have been participants at the Global University Success Forum as well, which was held by Rosedale Global. That has been very inspiration, very much of an inspiration for them to be in touch with these universities. So yes, this is very much of a possible venture to gain scholarship with the Rostel OSSD program. You will have the same privileges that you will have compared to any other advanced level program. Yes.
Shehan, there is another question, I think, on the chat.
Yes.
Do OSSD stronger as A levels to apply medicine degree program directly
That
without
I
doing
think we
it?
have answered, Mr. Indika.
Okay,
Right.
fine.
And so we have another question through the WhatsApp channel. Can students switch to an international degree program midway if they start with OSSD? Uh, I think he must be referring if without completing OSSD, of course, you can't. But Ravi, if you want to add a little bit more into it.
Yeah, I didn't understand the question. Does that mean that if they drop out in
Can
between?
students switch to an international degree program midway if they start with OSSD?
Like switching to another curriculum?
Maybe, but yeah.
Okay, so if we have understood it properly, and if maybe you can rephrase it if we are not understanding this correctly.
Yeah.
If you mean that if you might withdraw from the course in between, I mean, yes, it is a possibility. You can withdraw, but there's a certain cost associated with the ministry, like academic administration, wherein we register the student with the Ministry of Education, you get the Ontario education number. So some of the cost is not non-refundable, and some of the costs will not be non-refundable from AIBS side as well, because there's some basic administration cost which is involved. So barring that, you will have to refer to the refund policy of AIBS. I hope you don't leave in between, but it's always good to consider all factors. And if it comes to that stage, you would be able to withdraw from the course, but there would be some non-refundable amount associated with it.
Yeah. So if I may rephrase the question again, I think if you are asking whether you have the possibility of maybe trying out applying to universities while you are doing the program, I think that is something both myself and Adisha can add to it. With the Rostel, the curriculum is being divided into 2 semesters. So once you are done with your first semester, you will be getting a separate report card. And most of the students who are applying to universities in the UK, Australia, they have been able to apply for a conditional offer with this report card by just completing the first semester itself. So if that's what you're asking, yes, that is very much possible, which sort of guarantees your entry into the university even before completing the full OSSD program. If you have performed really well during your first semester using that report card, you can secure a conditional offer. So you can start your university application process right away. And there's another question. Compared to A levels, how does the OSSD help students to prepare for international study environments? I think that's a great question.
Marilyn, would you like to answer that?
Well, I think that it prepares students in a number of ways. I think it does build confidence because students are able to be evaluated in different kinds of formats, and that is very much what university is like. You don't just have a final exam. You have to go to tutorials and you have to give presentations. You have to write assignments. You have to write reports. You have to do research. So it really is, the OSSD is really really meant to be the foundation for university learning. There is not a big academic transition as far as the style of learning. So I think that is a great advantage. I don't know, what else would you say, Ravi?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I mean, OSSD in particular focuses on critical thinking. It's not just about acquiring knowledge with so many international curriculum providers. You're acquiring a lot of knowledge and it leads to a lot of rote memorization as well. But we work with the skills that are essential for success in today's world. So you could be an excellent writer, you could be a natural leader, you could excel in science, but this approach helps you develop your skills into assets that will help you succeed in university and beyond. We work with universities. We have 59 university-bound courses. So they are the ones who have shortlisted these courses for us. They say that if you do these courses, you have much better chances to qualify for these universities. So we don't have any courses. We have shortlisted those courses, working actively with the universities. They have told us this is the approach they would like to have. And that's why you have the Ivy League universities, Russell Group universities of the world, always participating in the Global Student Success Forum because they believe that Rosedale OSSD graduates, no matter from which part of the country, which part of the world they are coming from, they will have a very good quality, and they trust us. You will not have these universities like University of Toronto, Imperial College London coming to any fair because they don't have any lack of students. The students are always willing to go to those universities. The reason why they come to our fair, again, because they believe that we are doing things in the right way, and our graduates have been very successful. Just like a couple of students you heard from AIBS, they've been doing very well in those universities, and hence they will come back to our forum and recruit students like you.
Yeah, and the numbers back it up. The universities are very systematic about keeping track of graduates from different high schools in different regions with different curriculums. And so that when I speak with them to talk about the recruitment fair, they can actually tell me how many applicants they've had from Rosedale, how many they've admitted, how many have come, and what their grades have been and their graduation rate. And so the numbers tell the story. And these are trends. They aren't just 1 year. Year after year after year, these universities have students from Rosedale Global High School apply, they admit them, and they're very successful. And what that means is they want more of them. And I was one of those university vice presidents who was encouraging Rosedale Global High School students to apply because I knew that they came and they were successful. I also knew that they adjusted really well, not only in the classroom, but they were student leaders. And I think because they were from strong global partners like AIBS, that they came away having had a great educational experience and having great confidence and feeling very motivated and inspired and capable, so that when they came to university, they did well. And unfortunately, first-year university can be make it or break it. And so that if you come from that kind of environment, like you get at Rosedale Global High School and at AIBS, then the success comes because you've done the hard work in the curriculum, you've learned all these skills. You've really focused on what you want to do and where you want to do it. You've done your research about what program you're interested in. You've talked to the universities that you were interested in, so you choose the right place for yourself. That also helps with the success. And so I think it really is a winning combination. We have highly motivated students from very strong families, go to excellent high schools, do a terrific curriculum with the Rosedale Learning Management System and the Rosedale administration and faculty. Is it any wonder that our students really come to university and do so well? It's not an accident. It is a pathway. It is a way of learning. It is a way of looking at your future and getting ready for it. And then being successful.
Thank you, Marlene. Thank you, Ravi. So there's another question asking, can we see more success stories? Of course you could, but I don't think we have enough time to show all of them today. So I have quickly put the both AIBS and Rosedale YouTube links to the YouTube channels. So you could visit them and find many more success stories. Students just like you who have started right after O-levels, right after A-levels, and who have achieved their dreams. And for all the students who are currently asking about the program details, Nadisha will be in touch with you in the coming days, and regarding the payment plans, the commencement dates and everything, you can get information. So with that being said, I would like to conclude the today's session. Thank you everyone for being part of the session today, and a special thanks to our speakers for their valuable time and experience, and to all of your questions and enthusiasm as well, all the participants. We hope that you found today's session insightful, and also we would like to we look forward to welcoming you to many more upcoming events such as this, to gain more knowledge about the Rostel AIBS Ontario Secondary School Diploma program, and how it really differentiate from A-levels and also other pre-university programs currently in the market, and how OSSD can take you to your dreams in a matter of time. And this is what we really wanted to bring out through today's session, and I hope that you have gained some sort of a knowledge about the Rostel Global OSSD delivered at AIBS Campus. So thank you once again, everyone. The session, the recording of this session will be uploaded in the YouTube. So if any of you have missed the session or half of it, you could always go back and check this session out. Thank you. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you,
It's a
Shanika.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.